Hi, thanks for joining us for Taking Sides. I'm Cynthia Allen here with a special guest, Bud Kennedy, filling in for Bob Ray Sanders. Bud, we're going to talk about the debate about debates.
We're going to take sides over debates.
That's right. What happened on Friday?
Well, it's all very confusing. There are these two TV stations, and each one of them would like to host a debate. Greg Abbott and Wendy Davis had agreed previously to a debate on Channel 8, WFAA, our media partner here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
A roundtable style debate.
A roundtable discussion style debate, and it would have been broadcast in prime time all across Texas on all that company stations. Suddenly he has a new spokesman or a new consultant who decided that a roundtable format wasn't good, and they instead said they're not coming to the Channel 8 debate, and they accepted an old invitation from Channel 5 here, KXAS, and KERA 90.1, another one of our partners here at the Star-Telegram, to do more of a presidential format debate with timed answers and questions.
Right.
And the difference wasn't so much in the setup, but in that one was more of a loose conversation, and the other was more of a timed Q&A, set questions, some of the questions in advance and all that. So they decided they wanted that debate. Wendy Davis, on the other hand, said, I've accepted this debate at Channel 8. I plan to continue with the debate at Channel 8. And then all weekend, her people said, Greg Abbott has reneged on our agreement. And so can she say that?
Well, she can say it. I mean, he did pull out of the debate that he had initially agreed to, but I'm not surprised, and I don't think he's a coward. I think those sorts of calls are sort of silly. I think this is all political. Having worked on a campaign, I know a little something about debate prep and how important positioning is going into these sort of debates. And my guess is that his consultant came in and they want to look tough and they want to look strong, and he wanted to assert himself and say, this is the format that I want, and this is how I want it. My guess is that Abbott probably excels in that format, and his consultant came in and thought, hey, we've got to change this up. But I do think as a voter that it's really important that we do have debates, that are televised so that everyone can see these two candidates kind of have it out and hash it out on the issues. So while I understand politically their thinking, I do really think it's important that the Abbott campaign does come back to this Channel 8 debate, which is going to be televised statewide on a Tuesday night, and say that they're going to agree to the format that they agreed to.
I guess the question is, what's wrong with having a roundtable, and is he really trying to undermine the whole debate structure? Because, he's probably winning. He is a big lead at this point, and is he really just trying to blow up the second debate?
It's never really a good political strategy to engage in more debates when you're the front runner. You always want to limit that, and I'm sure that's probably the reason why he has been hesitant to agree to any more. I know that Wendy Davis has been pushing for that. And with regard to the roundtable format, my guess is that there's some optics to consider here. I think that Wendy Davis as a female, and maybe this is sexist to say, but I think she'd probably come off a little bit better in a roundtable format than she would at a podium. And so my guess is that they don't want to concede that to Wendy, that this is what his new consultant has said.
Is there anything though wrong with doing just an open discussion? I mean, why make it such stiff questions and answers, and you have 30 seconds, and why not sit down? All the other candidates have sat down and had a conversation.
You have more control over debate. You, as the person debating, when there are stricter rules, I think that probably favors the incumbent. I think that it favors Wendy in a more open dialogue, because she's going to, as the underdog, she's going to try to jump in and say more and assert herself. And so I think that a structured debate is probably going to be better for Abbott, and that's probably why it's what he wants to do, which would make both of the debates.
They have another debate. It's in McAllen on a Friday night, and it'll be on all the .2 and .3 stations or something.
Yes, I'm sure.
Will the voters of Texas ever see these two side by side?
Well, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that they're going to be able to come together and agree to a debate that will be widely televised. I do think it's important. While I understand politically why he's done what he's done, and I don't begrudge him that. I do think he's probably going to come together, and they don't want the narrative to continue to be that he reneged on his responsibility to speak on this issue or to speak on all these issues. And so my guess is that we'll have some sort of conclusion that results in a debate by the end of this week.
We've got two lawyers in debates. You knew there were going to be debates about the debates.
That's right. Thanks for joining us.